So WEDCO actually, for more than a decade has been involved in the resurgence of obviously the whole dockyard area. And we as a corporation knew what our mandate was, knew what we had to do to enhance it. And if we have to just restore things and fix it up, we also wish to ensure that we incorporate sustainability in pretty much everything that we do. It's extremely important not just to develop, but to develop sustainably, because it's not about us, it's about future generations. So if you want to be specific about the project, some of the larger projects that we've done is a wastewater treatment plant, RO plants. We've changed all of our street lighting to LED. Those are some of the major ones. Some of the smaller ones, and more recently the solar panel project that we did have. And currently the purpose of that was to lower our energy costs for the wastewater treatment plant as well as the RO plant. So that has been an enormous improvement to the tune of somewhere around $40,000 to $60,000 a month, depending on sunlight. So that's a major impact. As far as some of the other ones, the smaller ones that we've gotten involved in, like the lighting, changing office lighting, basically everything that we do before we do a project, we obviously want to have a world standard outcome, but how can we incorporate that into a project to make it sustainable and to be a shining example for everybody else? We have the charging stations for all of the electric cars, which has been very popular obviously with tourists, and also more recently through COVID locals. So they're able to come up here and recharge. So yes, we are involved in that. As I said, we try to get into every aspect of green projects, if that's what most people like to use the word green, but basically it's a way of living. It should not necessarily just be one project. I did what I did, and now I am certified as being a good corporate citizen. This will never stop. This is something that you actually have to make a commitment to long term. I mean, I think most people know that we've upgraded and renovated Dockyard considerably over the years. So the next natural fit was to look at how we could reduce our costs, reduce our carbon footprint, and one area that we could do it was via solar. So that is something that we ended up looking at. We wanted to find out how much we could put there on each building so that we're within the legislation, but to maximize the savings that we could receive from doing it. And pleased to say that currently in different areas we have over 600 watts of solar, which is somewhere in the region of close to 2,000 panels. So put that in magnitude. I would say other than the airport project that's there, I would say this is probably the single other largest area of solar panels. And we will continue to look to do other projects like this where it makes sense. So we had phase one, where when we initially tried to do it, there was some concern about what the actual panels would look like on historical buildings. So we deliberately removed part of our initial submission to planning so that people could see what it's going to look like, get used to it. And I'm super pleased to say that most people embraced it. I don't think I ever had one negative comment to say that it doesn't look good or it's out of order. Why are you doing it? Everyone was like, this is great. So we then went forward with what was phase two. So we've completed that. And I'm sure there's going to be a 3 and a 4 at some point in the future. Yeah, I would say that I think everybody needs to look at what they have to build out and then actually take the time to look at it to say, how can we incorporate some form of sustainable development within whatever that project is, whether or not you're something as simple as changing windows in your house, or it could be a new addition in your house, or it could be purchasing a new car, or it could be a new bike, or it could be anything that you do. Is there the ability to somehow change your way of thinking from just, I'm going to do the normal, and reach out and actually do it consciously? And I think once you start to do it, you'll realize the benefits of it. I don't think that it's necessarily a sacrifice to do it, and I think unfortunately that's the way it has been deemed from the beginning, that, oh, I have to spend more in order to become more sustainable. I think that it has to be looked in totality, because as an example, yes, we spent money to put panels on, but if you look at it, we are getting a return on our money in a very short period of time, and then you're going to have over 10 years of basically free electricity, if you want to call it that, after you get your payback. So I think it's more about embracing what it is and figuring out how you can incorporate it into the overall project, whether it's a big project or whether it's a small project, to make it sustainable. One last statement would just be that I would want to thank Green Rock for being who you are. If you go back to your inception, most people thought it was just a quick phase. I'm pleased to say that it's not. It is a way of living. And so I want to congratulate you guys for doing everything that you're doing, and we're going to support you all the way through. And I think we've been there since the beginning, so congratulations.